have the one-bite wonders and carefully cut it in half. I made a Chinese dumpling dough, and then I layered a thin slice of turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes, and cranberry. Then put a dollop of gravy over the top and sealed them tight. I did these on the stovetop, but I have another batch steaming at the moment. I picked up one of the halves and examined it carefully. How it was possible to recreate an entire holiday dinner in an object that was less than an inch high was beyond my comprehension abilities, but I certainly wasn't going to argue the point. I decided to postpone my earlier decision about being turkeyed out for another day and helped myself to another. Just as I was reaching for my fifth one, my phone rang. I wiped my hands and mouth and answered the call. "This is Suzy." "A delivery at this time of night?" I looked at Josie. She shook her head. "No, I'm sorry. I don't think we ordered anything for delivery tonight." "What do you mean the contents are expiring?" I frowned, and Josie sat back in her chair listening closely. "Yes, I see. Who is this?" The call ended abruptly, and I set my phone down on the table. "That was odd," I said. "Whoever that was said there's been a delivery at the inn and it's outside the door. And they said we should hurry up and get it because the contents are expiring." "That is odd," Josie said. "It's so cold out there, I can't imagine what could possibly spoil before morning." "Yeah," I said, starting to reach for another of the appetizers. Then I stopped. "Unless it's alive." "Like a dog," Josie said, scrambling to her feet. We raced outside and headed down the stairs until we reached the back entrance of the inn. There was nothing on the back porch, so we raced around the side until we reached the front. Near the door was a cardboard box wrapped in a flimsy cotton blanket. Josie knelt down and pulled the blanket back. Tears immediately welled in my eyes when I heard the soft whimpers coming from inside the box. I opened the front door and turned the thermostat way up as Josie carried the box into one of the examination rooms. "This is bad," she said, carefully reaching into the box. "There are 6 of them. They can't be more than 4 weeks old." "Can you save them?" I said. "Well, we're certainly going to do everything we possibly can," Josie said. "Grab a bunch of blankets and towels." She pulled out her phone and located the number. "Sammy, it's Josie. I need you here now. Do you know where Jill is?" "That's great. Bring her along. Get over here immediately." She ended the call and refocused on what was inside the cardboard box. I returned with the blankets, and she spread them out one at a time on the floor and gently placed one of the puppies on a blanket and wrapped it loosely. She repeated the process until all 6 puppies were safely cocooned. "Okay," she said. "Remember to remind Sammy and Jill when they get here that they can't rub or pet them until we're sure frostbite hasn't set in. But they all have some degree of hypothermia, right?" "Yeah. Let's hope that's as bad as it gets. But I'm worried about one of the front legs on the little guy on the left. He's showing signs of some serious tissue damage." "You mean he might lose the leg?" "It's a possibility, Suzy," she said. "But for now, let's focus on making sure he doesn't lose his life. We need to deal with the hypothermia first." I stared down at the dazed expression on the Cocker Spaniels' faces and heard their whimpers as I continued to fight back the tears. A few minutes later, Sammy and Jill raced inside the exam room and glanced down at the 6 puppies wrapped in blankets on the floor. "You got here fast," Josie said, cradling 2 of the puppies to her chest. "Both of you take a puppy and hold it like this." Sammy and Jill each cradled a puppy, and I picked up the other 2. I briefly outlined what had happened as the 4 of us sat on the tile floor and did our best to get the puppy's core temperature up. "Thanks for coming in," I said. "No problem," Sammy said, glancing at Jill. "We just happened to be watching a movie together tonight. I guess it was lucky that we were in the same place when you called." Josie looked at me and grinned. Sammy and Jill had been seeing each other for at least 3 months, but they continued to believe that no one had figured that out.